Have an array and we just need to rearrange it in the question. The rearranging should happen such that directly I'll consider the example 2 over here because it is better to understand. Over here, as we can see, that 1 occurs the least number of times. The frequencies will take: for 1 it is 1, for 2 it is 2, and for 3 also it is 2. Now it is saying that the least number of frequency comes first, that number comes first. That is correct, but here we can see that when there is a tie, the number which is greater, when there is a tie in the frequencies, the number which is greater, that comes first. So now the only two things that we need to know is, this was given question for us to just know that lambdas and comparators exist in C++ and other programming environments, programming languages I mean. So over here what we can see, we can directly go to the answer and check. First we create a frequency map. Over here we store all the frequencies, we compute the frequencies and we store the frequencies. Now this is where the main thing happens, where the rearranging happens. Rearranging happens, this is by reference we are passing in the value, there by reference we are passing, and then we are making sure that we are passing only a and b. Now what are a and b? A and b are two numbers which are present in the nums array. Now when we are comparing these two numbers, what we are saying is we need to return true or false. This will just return true or false. Now it returns true and when it returns false. In the sense, when should a come before b or not? This says that. Now over here first we'll check if the frequency is same. If the frequencies are same for say 2 and 3, we know that the frequency is same. Now what we'll say, that we need to make sure that a is greater than b. In the sense, if a was 2 and b was 3, then we are saying that is a greater than b over here, if this was the case. If not, then what we'll do is 3 becomes my a and b becomes 2. In the sense, this rearranging will happen. So a is the ith element and jth element when we are going through the array, right? Like this. So any two elements. Now if a is greater than b, only then we'll be returning that it is true, that a should come before b. Or else what we are doing is we are returning that it is false, which means that the internal rearranging will happen in the sort function. Now what is the other condition? The other condition is that if they are not equal. So over here it was the equals case. Now if they are not equal, we'll simply return whichever's frequency was lesser. What we need first thing is lesser frequency. The second comparison is based on if there is a tie, then greater first. Lesser frequency and greater first. So that was it. There was nothing much to the problem. I mean, we were just using a comparator function, a lambda function. That's it.